I'm like more than attracted to you. I very much see like, and when I say that, I mean like with both of these bad boys, like I see you. So.
Hey guys, welcome to Little Black Book 91. Listen, I'm giving you guys an interesting video. We'll talk about body language. Last episode, day 3, was quite interesting. We had Ayo and Millie. Sorry, I keep saying Millie. It's Mimi. I keep saying Millie. It's Mimi. We also had Joey and Harriet. I want to talk about, and we also had within that space Manure. I'm messing up people's names. Okay, calling them M from now. M and Patsy, and they had a conversation as well. And I'm gonna break down their body language. Now, listen, look, it's quite interesting because body language for me is really important because the first early days, and of course, we don't always know that what language is saying the exact same thing because we don't have a baseline. But there's oftentimes general things that people do that let you know who likes who. Now, I know you're probably waiting to have the Ayo and the Mimi one. Trust me, I'm going to break it down for you in a second or two. Before we do, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Click on that bell button for notification of the uploads. We appreciate you guys. Stay locked and stay loaded, okay? And for those of you who are returnees, you already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Stay hydrated. It's been a long time since I sung that song. All right, cool. Let's get into the video. I'm going to go a little bit earlier on. I'm going to play with Manir. I keep saying Manir. I'm going to say M because I'm going to mess with his name. My throat be hurting. But let's create a bit of carnage. I want you to watch this clip here, and I'm gonna show you something. Just watch this.
Sexy, but being different's cool.
Absolutely. In a world full of forks, be a spoon.
Yeah.
Or the other way around, but yeah, absolutely.
Pause. Look at this body language. Okay, now because I don't get copyright. Their body language that we're being shown here is really interesting. They're both sitting on an L-shaped sofa, right? But they are both literally facing this way, in an L shape, right? And he's not leaning into her, she's not leaning into him. This told me all I need to know. They don't fancy each other. It's not an immediate kickoff. It's not. Now, what's really interesting is what happens later on. But for now, it's not an immediate thing, right? Look how his hands are in between his legs. He's literally keeping himself to himself. Her legs are over her other leg, and she's keeping her hand over her knee. She isn't trying to lean in. She isn't trying to get any closer. They are literally keeping very firm physical boundaries and proximity. They don't like each other like that. You know what I'm saying to you? They don't want each other like that. Do you know what I'm saying? And so that was really interesting. I want to show you another clip because M does something again, which I think I saw Ronnie do also with... here we go. Got a clip here. Fantastic. Look at this here. Look at what's happening here with the leg, all right? His left leg, which should be open, is actually closed. You see, because if he goes with his left leg, she's on his left side. So when he puts his left leg over, he's actually blocking her. So it's not a very open posture. It's a very, I'm turning almost away from you. So even though he's leaning his arm like that, doing all that, yeah, that's just for the niceties. But really and truly, his body's not open to her. Okay, all right. So even though she's laying there next to him, and you know he's got his leg there, his leg is crossed over, and it actually starts to create a block. It's to keep a distance. It's to say, hey, I don't get too close now. You know what I mean? I'm not feeling you that much for you to get too close now. You got a little arm movement, keep it there, right? And so you will notice that from the other clip to this one, where they're not even leaning in. They're keeping themselves very strict to themselves, and now this left leg's coming over. It's telling me they don't really like each other like that, okay? All right? It's not adapting, all right? All right, cool. Let's go to Harriet and Kieran because they also were quite interesting as well, Harriet and Kieran, because of what actually our good friend Harriet does. Shout out to Harriet who went and carnaged this episode. I mean, you have some class. She'll have some, yes, yeah.
Did you think that it was going to go that way?
Yeah, I had a gut feeling.
I feel like it's made me realise that maybe we just need to be a bit...
Pause. Look where she's at. Okay? All right? Have some class and have some shame. Look, Harriet, right, is somebody who bulldozes. And she's actually got a fragile ego. And I say that because in the very first day, when they put them in the bottom, she was wilding out. Her, Patsy, and Sam, all of them wilding out in their own little way. They didn't like the fact they were at the bottom. When it was the guys, they expected them to be cool. But when it was you couldn't handle it, which told me everything I need to know. The self-esteem, it's going to be a problem. Okay, self-esteem is going to be a problem. You're going to find out a little bit later on, right? When the push comes to shove and pressure happens, you're going to find out, right? And we found out in this episode with Sam how she dealt with Harriet. Harriet, listen, I don't rate everything Harriet does, but she was honest. Hey, I'm going to pull your boy aside. I'm going to take him into a boom boom. Sam went and told everybody. And then they both sat there in each other's face, and Harriet apologized, and Sam was like, yeah, no, it's because, But meanwhile, Harriet had told everybody. Including went and told the very person who she was trying to make jealous. Went behind her back. When the girl came to you in your front, self-esteem issues, I'm telling you, trust me, make him fake friend. But anyway, look at this body language by Harriet and Kieran. Kieran stays in his position the whole entire time, where he's very laid back, chill, not moving. Where she is very forward. That's going to tell you about her personality. She's going to push things. And we see that in this episode. She's going to push the envelope. In fact, in this conversation, she's like, oh my gosh, I gotta tell you that, actually, I gotta let you know that, in reality, because Sam is gone, I need to really be more forward. And look what she's doing. Be more forward, and she is more forward. Right? Be more forward, and she is forward. And we need to talk about her maybe later on. I'll do a video tomorrow, later on tonight, where I talk about Harriet specifically, because her behavior, the duplicitous behavior of being she's actually a little bit immature, calling him out about his age and how old are you, going to a boom boom room, and then orchestrating with another man to go into a boom boom room. Madness. Okay, have some class, have some shame. Now, that body language right there tells you everything you need to know, because that whole interaction, she stays there, very forward, leaning off the sofa, not leaning back, not comfortable being in his presence, not willing to be safe in that place. No, she's going to make sure that she's going to keep herself safe. By her leaning forward, it told me that she's an aggressor. An aggressor doesn't mean she's violent or anything. It means she's going to push the envelope. Okay? And she's going to protect herself. That's why she couldn't lean in. You see, when you go and lean into a man like that, you're basically saying that, I like the fact that you cover me. I like the fact that you're protecting me. But when you lean forward and like this, you are trying to say you're on the offense. You're ready to be assertive. And we saw that from Harriet in the way that she behaved, because she took it upon herself to make sure that Kieran knew what it was, right? She's going to let him know when you went into a boom room and didn't tell me, oh, I'm going to show you that I'm not going to have it. But it also showed us as well that how she feels emotionally, that she may be a little bit she might have an insecure emotional attachment. I mean, I have one. I'm an avoidant. She may be an anxious one. So we don't know. Or fearful avoidant. We don't know. But that told me all I need to know about that, right? The body language. Okay. Not last one. I'm going to obviously go to Joey's situation, because this was really interesting in a Joey. I don't know if you missed it, guys, but this one was even more interesting in terms of body language, because of what actually Joey does with her, right? Look at this. I want you to watch this.
And I think, now I'm out of it, right? It's like a blessing in disguise, because I can see what I actually want.
Yeah.
Look at his body language, okay? I want you to watch the body. Look at his body. Remember what I told you about how I think, is it Manvor? Oh, I can't say his name. Anyway, M was doing with Patsy. His left leg came over. Remember I said that to you? Okay, right? His left leg was blocking. So, in this situation, his left leg, what's it doing? Is down. Why? Because he's open. Look at his whole body. In fact, his whole body, if it not been for the chair, he would have turned his whole body towards her. I promise you. Right? But he has one of the most open body languages out of all the men that are dealing with their girls. Even Ayo is not dealing with Mimi that same way. So I knew that straight away. He is very much interested and very much attracted. But maybe he sees something in her that he doesn't necessarily want. Right? That's why he chose Sam. But I think it's because Sam was very much more open. And maybe Harriet was a bit too much closed when it came to situation with her boy, right? Okay, so he went for a safe bet. Now look at her leg. Which leg is up? Her left leg is up, but that left leg is not... She's not facing with that leg. Her leg that's facing him is her right leg. So she's opening herself up to him. Had she put up the right leg, she would have been closed off to him. But she left that leg down to say, I'm open. Okay? All right? Create a little sexiness with the leg down. See my leg. You can see a little of the thigh. You know what I'm saying to you? She put her hand in her mouth like this as well when she was talking to show him she's trying to seduce him a little bit, to show that she's interested. She all but flicked her hair. You know what I mean? She all but flicked her hair. Now watch what he does.
You are my type.
Am I?
Yeah.
Why?
Don't know. Well, you're gorge.
You're gorge.
No, you are. You've got lovely teeth.
Boom. Caught him in the act. Caught him in the act. Boom. Somebody say it with me. Boom. Carnage. Make sure you grab your tees down below as well, okay? Grab your hoodies, okay? These are out now, all right? Grab your merch. Carnage. Why is it carnage? I'll tell you why it's carnage. It is carnage because, did you see what happened? His body shifted, Okay.
There be
Boom. Now look, watch the body. Look how his whole body now has shifted towards her again. His left arm is supporting his head. His right arm is across his leg. His left leg is open. It's down. He's opened himself up to her. He's now facing her. Why? She dropped a bar on him, and he got locked in. The bar was, "You're gorge. You got fabulous teeth." Oh, so you do? You are feeling me? Okay, you are feeling me. Okay. All right. Let me adjust myself. You are feeling me. He opened himself up, right? Opened himself up completely. So we saw that behavior, and it lets us know that actually he's open to it, and open to her. That's gonna be a problem later on. I know that he found out later on that Harriet was using him, but she has a conversation with him. He'll be okay with it. Trust me. He'll find some peace, man. I want to see if I can find Ronnie. But if I can't, then I'm gonna have to leave it for the Ayo and the Mimi situation, because I don't think I linked it. I don't think I have it. I would have shown you the Ronnie one. Because that one was even more interesting, because Ronnie in the conversation with his particular girl, again, all that kissing they were doing don't mean nothing. All the kissing he was doing, in fact, his one was even worse. I think I've got it somewhere, I'm sure. But listen, I might have to leave it alone. Yeah, can't. I think I have to leave it alone. All right, let's do Ayo and Mimi, and then we'll discuss that as well, because I think that's a important discussion to have, because that's one that you guys were waiting for. You want to see the body language and what it says, because especially after we saw what we saw with the ending of the last episode. Yeah, it's a Mazzoline. Okay, cool. I've got it now. Okay, so let's get Ayo and Mimi up in my peripheral. Okay. All right, look at this body language. You're going to see it. All right, boom. Look at this straight away. I'm not going to play the clip. Just want to let you see it, okay? Look at his body posture. He refuses to turn his body into her. I think he's trying to maintain control, but even his legs together, they look a bit awkward. I don't think he's as... See, at the beginning, he was talking about how he's 6 foot. Listen, I think he's not as confident as he makes himself out to be. I think he's one of those people, just like a lot of those people, who actually, to be fair, are not battle tested. When I say not battle tested, what I mean by this is women come up to them because he's tall, he's dark skinned, he's good looking. He doesn't have to try hard, but it also means you're not fortified. So a little bit of pressure, man, them can cave, innit? If they get the right kind of girl, man, them can cave, and you're going to see how they're going to cave, right? But what I would say is he does lead. The conversation that they started with, when he came to the ladies, he actually came over to her and said, listen, he said to Mimi, yeah, you want to follow me? He didn't say, let me have a chat. He said, no, follow me. Instantly led the situation, led her, went upstairs, ended up kissing. Now, the body language is instant because he's not facing her, but look who's facing who. Has she not turned her whole body into him? She's already lost. Our good sis Mimi is already lost. We've lost her, guys. Mimi is swimming in deep with Ayo. Okay? All right? Lost in a sauce. Okay? Let's play a little bit of a clip.
More than attracted to you. I very much see, like, and when I say that, I mean, like, with both of these bad boys, like, I see, so...
Yeah, he had her giggling, putting her hand over her mouth, like, oh my God, like, don't see me. Like, it's done. Mimi is done. She's locked in. That's the man that she wants. And I get it. Because you're talking, you're conversing, but my man, I don't think he's convinced yet. I'm not saying he doesn't like her. I think he fancies her. I think he finds her attractive. But he's holding frame. Okay? He's holding frame, right? We saw this in the last episode when I did the last breakdown. He always faces forward, right? And when people are facing forward like that, they're not turning into you. Means that they're not emotionally committing to you. In most cases, not all. In a lot of cases, people are not emotionally committing to you. Because see, when I turn my body to you, right, and I open myself up, what I'm really saying is I'm open to the scenario, I'm open to the situation, I'm open to you. But he hasn't done that yet in all 3 episodes so far, right? So we're going to wait and see what happens, right? If we see a different posture, we'll talk about it. But make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button. I appreciate you guys. Still up to there. We'll drop it in for day 4 a little bit later.